Hello everyone, welcome to Big Bird Outdoors. I'm here with Max today. I'm Nate, for those who haven't been here. And today we're going over our top 5 pike lures. For me specifically, I'm going to go over some more types, but there's a few very specific ones. I know Max has more specific, company specific lures that he has that he likes to use, but overall we're just going over our top 5, whether it's type or a specific lure. So we'll get right into it with our number 5. Alright, so my first lure out of my 5, so this is my number 5. Mine are a little more general than Max's because he fishes pike a lot more than I do, so he has a lot more specific baits. But I know these are Strike Kings. These are big old spinner baits. This one's double willow. I have some other ones that are a main willow and a small Colorado blade. But they also have the double layered skirt, so they flutter a lot more than other spinner baits. So I like throwing big spinner baits for pike sometimes. So yeah, that's my number 5, just a basic big spinner bait.
Okay, so for my number 5, I like to use the red and white Daredevils because, well, I don't know, these catch a lot of fish, then shine nice in the water. You can see some of the scratches. I've only used this, I don't know, 5 times, but it works like a charm, basically, so, yeah.
Alright, so my number 4 bait, a little smaller. I use it more as a search bait than anything. And just a normal spinner. I typically use Mep's Aglias. This one's number 5. I have some number 3s too, even if I want to go a little smaller, but number 5 is my usual. I typically go Fire Tiger, so this colored green and orange and yellow. And then I also have other ones that are Black Fury colors, so orange and black and yellow. Those are different ones. So one's black and orange, one's black and yellow. But I use them more as a search bait, so that's why it's my number 4, and it's not going to go any higher. And the spinner baits are kind of the same deal, my number 5. So kind of those blade baits, I like to use them as search baits, especially the smaller ones. So that's why they tend to stay lower on my go-to list. And then as I work up, you'll see some different stuff that's more specific.
Alright, so my number 4 is the black spinner bait, just regular one you can pick up at Cabela's or whatever. And I put a little trailer hook on it, and I like these big blades and the wide ones, so they give more vibration.
Colorado, yeah.
I mean, yeah, vibration in the water. So the pike, they get angry at it and they'll just smack it. But I got a story with this one. So my dad, he was fishing with this exact one. You can see where that pike chipped it a little bit, and the pike grabbed it right at their ambush predators, so they stay in the weeds, and then they see something coming by, so just grab it. But he was fishing with this, reeled it in, smacked it, it grabbed, and it spit this red hook, and then as it was going down, it got caught by that trailer hook, and got a 9.5 pound pike. It was just moving the boat around. It was crazy. They got lots of power when they fight nice.
So my next one, again, it's a little general like the first 2. Just bigger paddle tail swim baits. If you guys have seen my previous videos, you know I love paddle tails in general. Max knows that. Just about anybody who's fished with me for anything knows I love throwing paddle tails.
Yep.
But this one's the 5.3 inch, the Kitech Swing Impact Fat. That's this specific one. I throw some of the Bass Pro swing shad ones, or I think that's what they're called, right? Swing shads?
I think
yeah.
So.
And then Kitech's one of my other big ones. And basically anything about this size, 5.5 inch, about anything up from that, or sometimes I'll go down to like 4.5, but that's unusual. Usually it's 5 inches and up, and I'm guessing it's probably the same for you with any plastics, pretty much, yeah. So basically any paddle tail, some flashier. This one has a bunch of silver fleck in it, but flash and plenty of tail action is basically your go-to for, or my go-to for paddle tails.
Alright, this is my number 3. It's just a regular kind of minnow color jerk bait. But I reel it like a swim bait, just crank it in basically. And as you can see, this thing has had its days. It's pretty destroyed. Its eye is missing, this treble hook up here. is missing, but that's because when I caught a pike, I grabbed it and it started moving like crazy, and so my hand slid down, got right here, that hook caught right there, so I had to get that removed. But 100%, this is one of my go-tos for big pike.
We both actually picked the exact same number too, and it's probably on a lot of people's top 5 for pike lures, and that's a Johnson silver minnow. We actually have 2 different sizes. He has the size smaller than me. I don't think there's necessarily a reason for that, because I don't think you have the size I have, no?
No, I got.
You have the one.
I also use one of these big ones. I'd give that 3 or 4 inches. That works.
Yeah, and I got the size right in between that. But Johnson silver minnow, huge reputation as pike catching lures for a reason. You can do just about anything with them. You can put. Yeah. I know guys that put. You've done pork rinds with them.
Pork rind, yep.
Yup. Curl tails on them. You can fish them bare, troll them, bounce them, just reel them. They're extremely versatile. You can do just about anything. So.
And it doesn't really. Oh yeah, it doesn't really matter much of the size. I caught a 7-pound pike on this thing that's, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 inches. So it's all good.
So Johnson silver minnow, both of our number 2s. Right, so now our number 1s are actually very different. So I actually have this exact lure. It's a Strike King, one of the, I don't remember the exact one. I know I have Strike King red eyes, which are really good too. This one is, someone can probably tell me in the comments if you know exactly what this one is, because I can't think of it right now. But bigger lipless crankbaits, I love throwing them for pike. This is actually the exact one I caught my first pike on when I think I was about 7 or 8 years old. So big, loud rattles, big commotion. You can fish from any depth. You can fish them 1 foot under the surface or digging them into the bottom. So then they become something you can use all year depending on where the pike are. So it's a great one for year-round, causing reaction bites. If it's just a normal bite and you're just trying to catch and find fish, they're also great search bait because of the little smaller profile. So for me, it's my number 1 just because of versatility, and with this specific one, I have a little background to it with my first pike. So.
All right, coming in at my number 1, I got a red eye wiggler. Now, it doesn't really matter what size or color. I prefer this because it's silver. It's got that silver that flashes in the water and that red. And it mostly annoys pike. So you should always cast it at least 2 or 3 times. Sometimes you get them on the first cast. But 2 or 3 times in the same spot because it gets on their nerves and they'll just hammer it. I've gone through about 8 of these in one summer. So mostly just because they hit it so hard it breaks these little eyeballs here, and there's these little metal things on the back, hard to see, but they'll break that and those eyes will just completely fall out, and it gets wicked scratched because they just get mad. But it's by Daredevil, and it's a great lure. Highly suggest it.
So I've never used one of those. So those are kind of similar to the Johnson silver minnow that we talked about before, in terms of you can use it for anything. Trolling and casting, bouncing, all kinds of different stuff.
Of course. I jigged with this and caught a northern.
Sweet.
Weird. But and to go with species, you can catch pike, muskie, bass, I'm sure many others on this.
So I'll wrap it up right now, just kind of go over our top 3 again. So the red eye wigglers you just saw, and then both of us picked the Johnson silver minnow as a top, and then also just generally just lipless crankbaits. Oh, I didn't talk about colors with those. Mostly, so brighter white silvers are great. Fire tiger's always been one of my favorite colors for pike, and also reds I typically use as well.
Yeah.
But I think between the 3 of those, lots of versatility. You can troll all of them. You can bounce all of them off the bottom. You can fast reel them, slow reel them. Could even rip them like jerk baits, the minnow, the spoons, and the crankbaits even, So all the 3 of those are our top 3. I don't know if other people would agree or disagree, but those work for us, and they're great versatile baits for you guys to use or think about using, or get more of them because you like them. You got anything to add?
No, sums it up. Did it all perfect.
All right, thank you everybody for watching today's video. Hope you learned something, maybe new lure that you can use in your fishing. So we got Max. Name off your stuff real quick.
Instagram, MacFloyd49. Snapchat, Max Floyd 401.
What about your YouTube? You need that too.
Oh yeah, that's important. This is Max Floyd Outdoors. I'll start posting on it more now. Last time I posted was a year ago. So.
Alrighty, so you guys know me. Of course, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, anything to help me out.
Notifications.
Notifications are fine too. My Instagram at bigbird.outdoors and my guide service, Central CT freshwaterguides.weebly.com. That's my website there. You can sign up for a guide on the website, or you can message me on my Instagram or send me an email from my Instagram. My email is linked to my Instagram, and you can ask for a guide there. I do a bunch of different stuff with that, so I hope you enjoyed the video today, guys. Learned something. I'll see you next time.